Check, 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 check. Mike. Hi, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are doing great. I'm doing pretty good. It just snowed in New York City last night, so I'm kind of feeling the winter vibes. So it's cool. Today we are going to be working on a little still life of some flowers. And I know what you're thinking, Jordan, the painting behind you looks weird. Yeah, I flipped her upside down so I could get a different perspective on the painting. I was a little, I don't know, I just spent the night in the studio for like an hour just looking at it upside down, just kind of like seeing what I need to fix, what I can work on, and how I can improve it. So I figured instead of working on the big painting today in this video, it might make more sense for me to work on a still life, so that way, once I've recorded my video for the day, I can work on this without having to sort of split my attention between the camera and the painting, and I can just kind of devote 100% of my energy to the painting. And don't worry, I will be painting on it in another video soon. I just, I kind of want to make a lot of progress on it, so I'm gonna take a break from painting it on camera for a little bit, but I'm still gonna paint. And you should also get out your stuff to draw, paint, sketch, whatever you want to do, get it out, because I have to get it popping. So get out of here. Last night, along with just kind of hanging out in the studio and looking at my painting, I was on the phone with an artist friend of mine, and we were just kind of talking about the state of the art world and where we kind of see things going in the future. And one thing that we both sort of agreed on was not waiting for permission to do you, because a lot in the history of art, a lot of it has just been people sort of waiting for permission, whether it be by an academy or gallerists or curators or whoever. And there's always been a select few group of artists, or maybe just one person in particular, who takes it upon themselves to follow their gut and to be themselves unequivocally. And that leads to drastic changes in how art is produced or how it's seen or received. And I think that's super important when we're, sort of discussing what it looks like to be an artist. And it doesn't matter whether you're a musician, a painter, a sculptor. Honestly, if you're a creator, right? Like, don't wait for someone to give you permission to be you and to pursue your dreams or your goals or like your vision, because no one sees what you see and no one can tell you how you should go about doing you. So this is the flower arrangement I'm gonna be painting. I'm very excited. It's so beautiful. We're just gonna do a little quick oil sketch before I have to take off. I have to go to Brooklyn today. So I just wanted to paint before I left the house, just to, stay in the habit and just being here in the studio. So as I learn more about Impressionism and just the history of art in general, I'm always wowed at how, the things that we find regular or maybe even boring today are things that were completely radical back in the day. And it's just a good reminder to just, live in your time and be grateful that artists have such freedom. I'm just gonna rough in my shadow shades, just so I kind of have what we're doing, and then we can start. I think modern art, to me, there's like this double-edged sword of the freedom that we have, but along with that comes, people feeling like they don't need training. And I've been talking about this all weekend with people. There's nothing wrong with being a self-taught artist. I think that's amazing, and I think it's necessary, especially in a system as classist as fine art. It's like a way for people to circumvent the system so to speak. But at the same time, it makes it really difficult for for people to appreciate the history of art, and like maybe not makes it difficult, because I don't want to come off preachy, because I think it's, you know, it's up to the individuals, you know, it's up to the artists really, like what kind of art they what kind of art they want to make and how they want to be viewed. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like you guys are in shadow. What back there? Shadow. Oh, by the way, this canvas board, or I think it's a gesso board that I'm working on. This is one of the ones that I prepared like months ago. So this is super. I always feel really nice when I have like the foresight to prepare something, and I'm like, oh wow, like that was actually worth my time. Yeah, it feels great, and I can't recommend it enough to anybody who has the time. If you can, make your own materials. Or maybe not your own materials, but at least your own canvases and stuff. It makes a world of a difference. Okay, I think we're ready to paint in color. That's exciting. So I feel like I was about to start yapping, but the moral of that story is I'm appreciative of the fact that I get to be a contemporary artist, and I get to make art in a world where there's no rules. But sometimes the idea that there's no rules is a double-edged sword, because then I think a lot of, how do I say this? A lot of things that I might not like find their way at the top of the heap. But that's okay, because whatever something else is doing does not affect me in the slightest. That sounds like I just lied, but I'm not, I promise. So I think I'm only gonna do one layer of color on this guy, just because my time is kind of running short, which is unfortunate because I'm really having fun with this. Let's see. So I was gonna take a little break and maybe even take a little nap, but then as I get up to do that, I get a text from my friend, because I'm supposed to be meeting up with them today, and I was like, right, I have to do that. And it's not that I don't want to hang out with my friend, because I do. I haven't seen her in a really long time. She lives in LA, you know, I want to catch up. It's just, you know, sometimes you're like, I was so close to getting out of my responsibility. You know, does that ever happen to y'all, where like you want to do something, but a tiny part of you is like, you wouldn't be too mad if plans fell through? That was me just now. I know, egregious. All right, so let me see what we're working with here. I think I want to throw this yellow on just to like get a sense of what's up. I am painting this all out of sequence. I'm just kind of like doing whatever I really feel like, to be honest. My mentor would be so ashamed. Sorry, but doubt. What is that? That's like a, I don't know, y'all. I'm just kind of having fun with the freedom of the paint, just like not being too precise. Sometimes I just need to do stuff like this just so I can loosen up for the day. In an ideal world, I'm doing one of these every day, and I'm just like, I'm feeling free. But soon come, especially when I get the studio outside the crib, nobody will be able to tell me shit, boy. And I can't wait to decorate it. But the thing, you know, I've always been curious about how like artists who have the studio outside of the crib, like how do they ever get, I guess, annoyed that they have to go to a separate space to work on art, or is it nice to have that separation between home life and your work life on some severance? But, well, I guess I'll find out. And then from there, I'll make a decision on it if it's something I want to keep doing. So let's see what we've got here. I want to do this pink. Well, maybe I'll work on it when I get back from hanging out with the homie. Dude, you never know. You never know. And here's the thing. I'm also like, I'm traveling all the way to Brooklyn. And there's nothing wrong with Brooklyn. I actually enjoy Brooklyn. I go to Brooklyn all the time. But I kind of wanted to make the trip worth my while and go to the Brooklyn Museum, because they have a new exhibit up for Black History Month that they're doing in collaboration with Kith. And one of my homies is actually, like, their work is in the show. So I just wanted to, like, support that way. And it's not in the cards for today because they're closed. So we've got, like, this white. Another thing that I really enjoy about doing these color studies, well, this isn't a color study, it's like halfway between a color study and is that I get to experiment with color mixtures and get more acquainted with my paint, so I'm not so scared. Oh, whoops! I'm not so scared to use it when it's time to do that. I think I want to throw on a little bit of light down here. Let me check my phone because I am running on a schedule. So I think I have a couple more minutes before I, like, really need to get out of here. But I feel like I'll have a little bit of time when I get back from being outside to work on this painting, because I don't want to just, like, put it away. I'm actually having a really good time working on this thing. It's pretty fun. I always have the most fun when I do these, though, because I know when it ends, you know, and I guess I decide when the other painting ends too. But, like, with something like this, you know, there's a definitive end. One, either the flowers die, or, you know, just the time for the day has passed, and then that's just it. So it's not perfect. What I'm gonna do now is get ready to go meet up with my homie, and then when I come back, I'll do one more layer, because I feel like, you know, this is deserving of that, and I don't want to feel like I left anything on the table outside of the flowers. So I'll be right back. Hello. So I just got back in from hanging out with the homie, and honestly, I'm glad I went. Usually, as you guys heard before I left, I get a lot of anxiety around leaving the studio to just go see people, but I'm really, really, really glad that I didn't let that stop me from going to hang out with my friend, because it kind of it opened me up to it gave me an opportunity to talk to another artist who's out here doing their thing. And it just, like, sometimes I forget that I have people out there who care about me and what I'm doing, especially since I don't post what I'm doing on Instagram or anything, you know, so, like, people don't really know what I'm on. And I know what y'all thinking, well, you got YouTube. Yeah, but I'm still not telling anyone that I'm doing this. Like, this is still just kind of like our little secret. And, you know, but it's good to remember, like, oh yeah, there are people out there who care about what I'm doing, and who care about my art, and who like me as a person. And, you know, it's easy to forget that in that mode, I guess. Let's see, that's like a blue. Let's make a little you dig. But we had some really good conversation around what it looks like being a professional, and sort of how we can, like, retain our agency as artists, even though it kind of feels like we're in the hands of gallerists and, like, the market as a whole. But we have way more power than we let on. And we were even kind of talking about what would an artist union look like. I don't think there's enough solidarity among artists for us to have a union, because someone always wants to be famous and they're willing to give up to sell out the whole of us so they can have their 15 minutes of fame, not really realizing that they're being used by the system. Even though we all are. We're like all kind of tap dancing, white, black, whatever. We're all tap dancing to like fit into this model, which I think is outdated. Truthfully, I think the future of being an artist or a fine artist is having your own community, and you guys dictate what your market looks like, as opposed to the millionaires and billionaires sitting in their castles. Because quiet as it's kept, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this goes for anything. A lot of trends begin at the bottom and then they make their way to the top because the rich people get bored of their lives. And when you don't have access to everything, you have to be innovative. And if we are nothing else, we are innovative as artists, as creators, just as people. We are on the cusp of a new era of artists. I'm not sure when it'll exactly happen, like when it'll hit, but it's coming. And when it's here, they won't know what to do. But with all that being said, I had an absolutely phenomenal time with the homie. Like, we even got to talking about, what does it look like to sort of be your own, not your own person, because we are our own people, but like, what does self-reliance look like as a professional? And we both had different answers, which I always love hearing, because hearing how other people think helps me to evaluate my own ideas, and not evaluate the value of them, but helps me to evaluate if I'm thinking correctly, because some people might have a different perspective that totally rearranges and reorganizes my thought process, which I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can get a new perspective on something, it totally shifts everything. Which, like, not to be corny and like make an art joke, but like, perspective really is everything. I think it's important for us as a community to just like constantly exchange different perspectives with one another, so we can see this issue from as many different sides, so we're not caught with our pants down when something appears to us. I won't lie though, all I could really think about on the train ride there and the train ride back, damn, I gotta get back to the studio. I need to work on the painting. All I could think about was, doing this final layer. All I could think about was doing this final layer. I said it really weird. But yeah, I'm having such a good time. I need to just do these like daily. You know what I mean? Like, just daily. I'm running out of paper towels. I'm cooked. Good thing I'm almost done with this painting. So as I put this on, yeah, I feel like that's what that should look like. Yeah, there we go. I think that's also why I like reading books so much, because they shift my perspective. And if every day I could have a perspective shift, I think that's what I would like classify as a good day. Yo, I love flowers. If you could be a flower, what flower would you be? I think I would be those magnolia leaves I painted a while ago. Those were really fun, and I love the smell that they emit. Like, it's like, that's such a beautiful and strong plant to me. And I feel like since I've started painting flowers, I see the ones that I paint all over the place. Kind of like when you see a car that's, you know, the model that your mom just bought or something, and you're like, oh shit, I know that car. I was sleeping that last night. Let's see. So we're here. I think my favorite tweet is the one where it's like, niggas are dying that have never died before. I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now while I make this pink. But so true, big bro. Learning about Impressionism has helped me to be more aware of, like, you know, how I'm painting and how I want to be influenced. Because this is like a purpley red flower. But yeah, so like I feel like learning about Impressionism is helping me to understand what I'm doing. And I'm not saying what I'm doing right now is by any means impressionistic. I'm just making an oil sketch. You know, I'm just having fun right now. But it does help me see, like, okay, I see what these guys are on, and I guess it helps me to think about how I can incorporate what they were doing into what I'm doing. Dude, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun. I think my favorite part about, well, every part about painting is my favorite part, but one of my favorite parts about doing oil sketches is watching the paint build up and become thicker and thicker with each layer. Like, it's just so fun. And as it dries, but yeah, as it dries, I love the thickness and texture of paint. And while I was on the train ride home, I was just thinking about how I could change up my style because, well, okay, here's the deal. I want to have a bunch of different styles in my back pocket. You know, I want to be like Picasso. I'm going to be like Picasso, where, you know, there's just a complete dominance of certain visual languages. And when you see them, you're just like, okay, I know that's him. That's an interesting color. Put out some more yellow. Why not? But I guess maybe I should do the orange first, right? But yeah, so I was just thinking about, like, what does another style of mine look like? Like how, and I think I enjoy the different, you know, like the looseness of these oil sketches. And so I'm trying to find a way to sort of continue to do these, right? But like refine it a little bit. And, you know, I'll get there eventually. Damn, it's like redder than I even think it is. Yeah. Then let me go like this guy. If you haven't already today and you're watching this, do something that you love. And I hope you're drawing or painting with me or whatever you do. Actually, if you made it this far, what do you do while you watch these videos? I'm very curious, like whether you write or you're like doing dishes or homework or whatever the hell. Let me know down below what you do while you're watching these. This actually gives me an idea for a series of flower paintings based on human anatomy. Which I might think about doing in the future. I think I just got there. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it for the day. This has been so fun. I'm so happy I took my time to do this. Oh, you know what? I could do one more thing. Y'all, hell yeah. All right, let me clean up a little bit and then I'm gonna peace out. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for the day. I wanna work on the big painting behind me, and I wanna work on the painting behind me, and I wanna edit this and get this out. And like I said, I feel like this was a happy medium where I could still paint and hang out and talk with you guys, and, you know, not feel like my attention was diverted from the painting, the big one. And so, you know, everyone wins. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. yeah, I really love what we have going right now, and I'm really grateful for everyone who sits down and watches these and comments and likes and who interacts with me. I think this is the start of something very beautiful, and I'm grateful that I get to know you guys and you guys get to know me. This has been awesome. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me today, yesterday, and tomorrow, and I'll see you again very shortly. I might get up early in the morning tomorrow and draw and hang out and talk to you guys. I don't know yet. We'll see how I feel or what time I go to bed tonight. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Griselda. Hey yo.